In a quiet West African village, nestled between dusty hills and emerald forests, the air was filled with the scent of earth and the sounds of morning birds. Two teenage boys walked barefoot along a winding path. They weren't just wandering. They had a purpose. Their names were Tanko and Bako. They were going to see the chief priest in the old clay shrine hidden beneath towering baobab trees. Deep inside the chief priest's shrine, the air hung heavy with mystery. Tanko's heart thumped wildly. Bako's breath was steady. They dropped to their knees upon seeing the priest. The priest lifted his hand and spoke with deliberate calm. Tanko, you shall be king one day. Bako, your destiny is to be a farmer. The air stood still, the wind stopped. Tanko's face lit up as if the crown had already landed on his head. In that moment, Bako dipped his head gently, unsure of what to make of the scene. Tanko changed. The idea of becoming a king consumed him. From that day forward, he stopped helping others. He'd sit beneath mango trees, playing games and telling stories. I will be king, he'd say. Why should a king dig ditches? And the people? They believed him. They praised him when walking on the street. They pampered him. But Bako, he blinked, looked at his hands, then at the dirt, then said nothing. He simply nodded. He walked into the forest, not out of shame, but with a quiet resolve. He picked up his cutlass, and he worked. He cleared land until his palms bled. He planted seed after seed. He studied the soil, watched the skies, and had better understanding of the weather. He learned how to grow, how to store, how to trade. He learned how to survive. Seasons passed. Rains came and went. Bako's farm grew, first enough for himself, then enough for his neighbors, then enough for other surrounding villages. His name became known, not for what he was promised, but for what he delivered. And Tanko, he waited. One day, the king of the village died. As foretold, Tanko was chosen. Drums beat across the valley. He was lifted onto a carved wooden throne, wrapped in royal cloth, crowned with golden beads. A child of prophecy, crowned in destiny. But destiny does not prepare you. Diligence does. Then came the dry winds. The sun grew hotter, dried. The rains stopped. The ground cracked. The people began to starve. Fields withered. Baskets lay empty. Children cried at night. And the villagers turned to their king. But Tanko had no plan, no food, no training, only a crown. In panic, the elders gathered. What do we do? Who among us has food? One voice whispered, Bako, the boy they had overlooked, the one who toiled, the farmer, now a man. They journeyed to his land. What they saw stunned them. Barns overflowing, granaries brimming, wagons heaped with harvest. Bako, please, our people are dying. We will give you anything, just help us survive. Bako stood silent, then said, anything? Even the crown? Silence. Then slowly, they nodded. And so, the crown passed, not by inheritance, not by prophecy, but by necessity. Bako walked through the palace gates, still wearing simple clothes, but now he wore the people's hope. Food was shared, lives were saved, children laughed again. Tanko stood in the shadows, still wearing his crown, but with a heart heavy with regret. They said Tanko would be king, and he was. They said Bako would be a farmer, and he was. But what they didn't say was that one day, one would bury his destiny, and the other would build his future. Because destiny may name you, but what you do with it is what makes it count. Only discipline shapes you. Don't sit and wait for greatness to be handed to you. Don't coast on potential because someone somewhere with less than you is waking up earlier. Working, learning, pushing harder, preparing longer, and when the moment comes, the world won't ask what you were told or promised. It will ask what you prepared for. Success is never an accident, it is always earned. Success is born when preparation meets opportunity. The hand of the diligent shall rule. Proverbs 12:24. You may not choose your starting point, but you can choose what you make of it. Let the world talk about destiny. You let it count. Subscribe to Inspiration Base for more stories that move you.